but I've got the phone in the jacuzzi with me. I don't know if this will even, so plunge in the pool, you're gone. So I'm gonna just raise this one up a bit. There you go. This is very not safe. Okay. Totally not safe, but oh wow. Okay, so you're in the jacuzzi. I want my music on. Just gonna see if the other phone can put the music on for me. Don't know if this is safe. This is the end. I'm gonna see if the other phone can put my music on. It's really cracked, so let's see. Let's see if this will. So you're in the jacuzzi with me. I don't know why I thought I'd bring the phone in on its stand. I'm really nervous about this. But okay, so I'll go get my bag with my other phone in. Oh god, I'm so nervous, this thing could fall. Right. So I have two phones, and this is the one that I use day to day. You can see the circuit board through the screen. So bad. So right now it's streaming from my backup phone, which isn't connected to any data. I'm using this as the Wi-Fi. It's so broken, and I'm gonna see if I can connect this phone to my speaker. How am I gonna do that? Let's see. Bluetooth. Haha, it's connected. I can get my music going. I need my music. I need to just, it's only got 20% battery, so as soon as this runs out, that's gonna die. The stream's gonna die in a minute anyway, whatever. So, you're wobbling at the moment because the bubbles are vibrating the stand. much better. I'll put this over here out of the way. Hello, baby dragon. Not done this before. I may look really healthy, but I'm not. I'm fighting cancer. And I'm just looking at myself, my face at the moment, and it's got all these weird marks everywhere. And these are, I don't know what they are, but it's weird. It's like every time I get, my immune system's fighting a lot, and it's coming out in my face in these marks. So inside, like on the underside, like under here, this mark was black last week, and underneath there was all this stuff coming out. It's my immune system just doing weird things. So it may look really healthy from a distance, from a fitness point of view, but my immune system is not. It's really, really fighting. And that's why I'm in here. I'm using the infrasound from the jacuzzi to baffle and agitate the lymphatic flow around the body so that my immune system can transport the disease into the spleen and filter it out. I feel nauseated most of the time. I don't feel well. I may look well, but looking well is, I guess, it means that all your organs are doing their job. When your organs are not functioning very efficiently, then you're not healthy. And I've managed to get my organs to start working as best they can now. They're working together now, but it's tough because if you work out, if you do yoga or athletics, you feel it the next day in your muscles, right? And you feel like, oh, I feel sore, but that's a good kind of sore. Well, your immune system makes you feel rough. So when your immune system's working hard, each of your organs feels shitty. If your liver gets overloaded, you feel nauseated. If your spleen gets overloaded, you get diarrhea. If your kidneys are struggling, that's a really horrible sensation. I can't describe that. I was feeling it in my kidneys this morning, and it felt really awful. It felt actually, it gives you really bad anxiety. So I was feeling pretty anxious this morning, like it's like kind of the coffee jitters, kind of. I've never been so aware of my organs working so hard. And another weird thing, if your gut is struggling, then your brain seems to just go offline. I've noticed that when my gut is having a really bad time, like I'm severely constipated and it's just not doing its peristalsis thing properly, then I'm suffering badly with ADHD or lack of motivation or depression, really hard to focus. So that's how I figure out the brain and gut connection is really important, and you need to really look after each of your organs. My stomach, that feels shitty a lot as well. If I get the sensation that I'm feeling full a lot, even when I haven't eaten very much, then I struggle to get nutrition into me, and then the whole system goes down. It's just difficult. So if my stomach is suffering, I tend to eat a lot of pickled vegetables. That seems to strengthen my stomach. And actually the vinegar, the acid, I go for acid foods if my stomach's struggling. That seems to help bring it back. And in Western culture, in Western society, it isn't ingrained into us how we can look after each of our organs. We just don't, we think, oh, you know, if I'm not feeling well, I'll go to the doctor and there'll be a pill, and that pill will make me feel better or take away some of the symptoms, but that isn't actually how it works. In Asian culture, we are taught that symptoms are a sign of ill health. You're not perfectly well. There's something wrong, and you've got to do something about it. So you look at the symptoms, and you immediately support the organ that the symptoms are describing. And you drink teas to support that, a certain type of tea according to your symptoms to support that organ. The idea being that if you know what your symptoms are, you can bring that organ back to strength. And the organs have to support each other. When one is weak, the others compensate that. And that's Asian thinking. But over here, we aren't taught that. So right now what I'm doing is I'm baffling around my tailbone. It's a major nerve plexus. It's a junction where all the nerves have highways that connect to the lower organs in the belly. Hi, Sky. Hi. I am watching. I wasn't expecting anyone to be on here, so I just decided to just blab away and just talk about what I'm doing, because when I appear on these live streams, I'm working for myself. I'm not doing anything. I'm just working on my healing, you know. I'm in this battle for my health. And I know what I'm doing. And I thought, well, I'll just sit in the jacuzzi and describe what I'm doing. Because otherwise people are thinking, oh yeah, she's being a yoga girl by the pool. Hey Tony! You know what, Tony? I really appreciate that. It would be really nice one day if we ever actually met. Tony is someone who has known me online, followed me online for about 10 years. Is it 10 years? It's probably longer. Yeah, I know you're in the UK. Well, Tony is a big aqua fan, a swimming fan, as I have always been all my life. We've never met, but in the years that I've been on YouTube, I've always posted swimming videos, and he's always been around in the background as one of the viewers who's been like envious of that, you know. So I know that you go for your almost yearly vacations to, you know, hot places with pools, which are difficult to come by in the UK. I'm envious of that, but hey, you know, I'm in Los Angeles and this is the coldest it gets, but the pool is pretty damn cold. It's about 16, 17 degrees. Yeah, Benidorm. 16, 17 degrees, which isn't that cold, but for the Californians here, we're like, oh, that's cold. Everything's heated. This pool isn't heated, which is why there are so many ducks sitting in the pool. So I play submarines and I smack them out the pool because duck poop is really bad. It's full of like really bad stuff, and the place can get shut down for a month, so we don't say anything because we don't want the pool to get shut down. Well, I don't want the pool to get shut down. I need access to the pool for my healing program. So I'm in the middle of a fight, which so far it's been just progressing and progressing, because I've been waiting on my oncologist and everyone. I know I saw that on one of your videos. Yeah. I was diagnosed just over a year ago with MCAS, spelled MCAS, which stands for mast cell activation. But disorder is basically where the mast cells, which control the immune system, they've mutated and able to do their job. So they're overactive and they are attacking me. So occasionally things weird happen. The body tries to kill me and I have to use an EpiPen. But unfortunately what happens is organ damage. And the prognosis is organ damage accumulates and eventually you expire. And unfortunately it's on the cancer line, which means that as the cells in your body are under attack, they auto-clone, the daughter cells try and recover and repair, and they forget what they're doing, and eventually you develop cancer. Cancer of the immune system, like lymphoma, cancer of the blood, like leukemia, cancer of the endocrine system, and I've had all signs. All of the signs are there. And unfortunately, I'm on the diagnosis path right now. It looks like it has metastasized and it has spread. So I'm looking at stage 4 cancer right now. But mentally, I'm okay. Mentally, I'm just like, I'm done with the Western system. It's not helping. It's a delay system. They don't really, they have to. In the West, they rely on empirical data, empirical physical evidence, that the doctors go, oh, yep, for that type of cancer, we need that type of chemo. And the idea of chemo is to shrink the cancer down enough so that they can cut it out, right? All Western medicine is based on what can they cut out of the body. And that process, if you just rely on it, you're in someone else's hands. And I don't believe in that. I firmly believe that health is in your own hands. Doctors can't cure you. You cure you. You cure yourself. You heal yourself. So I knew my symptoms were happening, and it's not that I denied it, but in the system that we're working in, I ignored it. I ignored it because I just had to carry on working to pay the rent. I had to pay the rent. And now I realize, okay, you can't ignore symptoms. Hey Elliot, yeah, I'm British. I'm British, but I've been living in California now for 14 years. I've been living in Los Angeles for 14 years, minus 2 years in Austria. Spent 2 years in Austria. And my accent hasn't softened. But I like certain aspects of living here in America. I think there's more opportunity for different jobs. But the healthcare system sucks. It's very easy to be left behind here in the States until you're stage 4. So I've been live streaming every opportunity. I've been working on myself to fight this cancer. And people are like, what is she doing? What is she doing? And I haven't bothered to explain it because my goal is to document what I'm doing. And then when I have downtime, when I'm not focused on anything else, I'm gonna edit the bits together and narrate what I'm doing to fight this disease. And we'll see. If I survive, there's a record. If I don't survive, there's people can figure it out. But I'm not worried about it. I'm not scared at all. It's kind of weird. Like years ago, people would think once you got cancer, it's a slate wiper. That's it. You know, it's bad news. It's terrifying. Blah blah blah. But I've adopted a mindset over the years that has really taught me you have the power to heal yourself if you take control of your organs, if you nudge them in the right direction. But you have to learn what those signs are, you have to learn what the symptoms are for each organ, and then strengthen each organ in turn, because every organ supports the other. Right now I'm using the jet nozzle on my sacrum, and it's like infrasound. So that infrasound, which is a low frequency sound, penetrates about 9 inches into the body. Ultrasound, the really high frequency sound, penetrates only up to 1 centimeter, but infrasound can penetrate up to 9 inches with amplitude, with significant power to agitate and disrupt those cancer cells. So by doing this here, I'm stirring all this muck up, and then my immune system has to go in and go, oh, clean it up, clean this mess up. So that's what I'm doing. And this will leave me feeling pretty rough afterwards, because my immune system will go in and do a cleanup act, and that usually makes me feel really ill. But I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, good, I give it some work to do. If you don't give your immune system a job to do, the cancer takes over. So you have to You have to stop your immune system from being distracted. When your immune system's distracted and it's blind and it can't see the disease, the cancer can grow. So that's what I'm working on. It feels like a really horrible itch inside my lower back. And the itch has been really bad this week. I call it the cancer itch. The cancer itch. I've never felt anything like it. Do you know what a mosquito bite feels like? When it turns into a hive and starts itching? Imagine that itch inside your gut, inside your pelvis that you can't scratch. Yeah, that's the cancer itch. And sometimes, if your immune system is digesting the cancer outside of the stomach, it digests it, and there's all this debris floating around your body, and it's chasing it around and digesting it like a bunch of amoebas. That debris has to go somewhere, and it ends up stuck in your skin. And then your skin just becomes a giant hive, and you're just itching at 3 in the morning when your liver kicks off, and you can't sleep. You get the cancer itch at night, in the middle of the night, and it's just infuriating because you can't sleep through it. There's nothing will get rid of the itch. And what it is the immune cells have got a basket of cancer, right? And they're carrying it around, and they're sluggish and whatever, and they're looking for the nearest exit, which happens full pump with the cancer proteins that they've digested are now stuck in your skin. And as they dehydrate and they start to dry out, they turn into these little spindle shapes, needles, like splinters coming out of your skin. Not through the pores, but actually through the skin. And that's what gives you the itch sensation. And when you massage it, creams and lotions and whatever, it feels like salt coming out of your skin. Not out of the pores, but literally punching their way through your skin in needles. So I found that when I'm dealing with the cancer itch, the best thing for me has been to massage myself down. Pinch and massage. Pinch it so that when you bulk the skin, it forces these little splinters of spindle cells to come out of the skin, and it feels like salt coming out of the skin. It's really gross and fascinating. And anyway, articulating it to you the first time because I'm articulating it out loud to myself. I've always known this in my head, what I'm doing to fight this disease, but it's a little bit different if I've never articulated it, never spoken it out loud to anyone, except for friends on the phone who will call me and ask me how I'm doing. And I explain to them and they're like, wow, how come you know what you're doing? Because I'm Asian. And in Asian cultures, we know. Because I remember growing up, my mum would say to me, oh, you eat this ginseng chicken, make you strong, make you grow. I remember saying to my mum, well, it obviously didn't work for you, did it? Like, smack. My mum was 4'10". I was so disrespectful. I struggled a lot with my mum. Living between two different cultures, difficult thing to grow up with. I had a different life at home than what I was at school. And I understand it now, but as a kid I didn't understand why you would go home and there would be this completely alien lifestyle to anyone around me that could not understand. And you go to school and there's the lunch canteen and everyone's eating shit and that's normal. And you go home and your mom is cooking according to the season, according to your health and according to your growth. You know, so she did the best she could and she took care of us. But emotionally, she was not there. I had to be more emotionally balanced than her, which meant that I was mothering my own mum. Okay. My kidneys feel really bad. I think I'm going to get in the pool and do a handstand, and then I'll be back. I'm nervous to leave the phone here in case it falls over, but whatever. Okay. You're still standing. You don't fall in the jacuzzi. You're wobbling because the boom arm is in the water and it's shaking with the bubbles. I really should put a water case on this phone in case it does fall in. There's a tiny hummingbird sitting on the tree overlooking the pool, and it's smaller than the size of my thumb. They look really funny when they're sitting. I wish I could show you it, but there's no way it would. I don't know. I might be able to see it, but no. No, it's too far away. I'd have to be really close to zoom in on it. Yeah, interesting thing about handstands. I've been using handstands as a kind of divining rod to see where my nerve highways are just not working or blocked. Oh, there's a mark there. Okay, that's interesting. So another thing I do when I'm in the jacuzzi is I flush the lymph coming from my face to try and get all of these marks to heal, because I mean they're coming up now, which is a good thing. If it's coming up, it means it's gonna heal. This was black last week. It was literally black, and it looked like I had a gangrenous nose or something. I was like, whatever. It was super gross on the other side. So on the other side, just inside my nose, this whole grain of rice came out. My body's just trying to push disease out wherever it can, and it's coming through the skin on my face a lot. But what you see on the surface is actually happening underneath. It's pushing it inwards. So this mark here, for example, it's come up again, but on the inside of my mouth, you can't see it, but this lump swelled up and it became ulcerated on the inside of my mouth, and that's essentially the cancer spreading, going elsewhere in my body and then being all back. So I was okay about it, I wasn't scared, but my husband's looking at that going, you need to see a doctor, and I'm of the attitude, doctors aren't going to do anything. This is my body trying to fight, so doctors are not going to cure me, I am healing myself. So I'm going to go through it. It's just going to be rough. In Chinese medicine, they say that it takes 1.5 to 2 years to fight this back and restore it to normal. So we'll see. In Western medicine, if I'm diagnosed now, today, I would have about 6 months to live. But I don't believe that, because I know what I'm doing. The MRI shows the mass has invaded at 2 organs, and there are swollen lymph nodes around in my pelvis, so it looks bad. But they're doing surgical biopsies next week and the week after. That's how slow the system is. I don't need a magic wand. What I'm doing. It's just a rough journey, and I don't think there's anything to be afraid of if you know how to get your organs back online to fight. That's the problem with Western ideology. We believe you can just get better. Chemotherapy will kill it. But that's not how it works. And unfortunately, because we have these options like chemotherapy and surgery and whatever, our expectations go to that, and we're like, I'm gonna get better. That's totally the wrong attitude to have. You have to do the work. It's like you take vitamin C thinking that that's gonna do whatever vitamin C does. No, you have to use the vitamin C. Are you using the vitamin C? Are you using the vitamins when you take them? Are you getting it to the right organ in your body? So no, I don't believe in that kind of thinking. Oh, you could just get better. You working. It's like an athlete who's training. You can't just be fit. You have to put the work in. You have to build up your muscles. You have to build up your muscle strength and the control. You aren't just going to get fit. So that's what I'm doing. I'm working on each of my organs to get them efficient again. Boogeyman! Oh, Boogeyman, thank you. I love you too. It's just, I feel heard. And honestly, I've always found it difficult to do live streams because I always felt that it was being, and this is a really strong word, and I don't mean this to everyone, I raped, right? I just felt disgusted by it. But now I have a different attitude. I'm live streaming to doc what I'm doing. Do the bubbles feel good? It's actually more than that. It's the jet nozzles themselves. I'm using the jet nozzle infrasound to pummel the cancer, to vibrate it with the mechanical infrasound, the low frequency sound, to disrupt it. And when those cancers get vibrated, they don't have the tension, the strength to stay stuck together, so they break apart and they go freely, and then the immune system can see them. It goes, oh God, there's a big crap I have to clean up. So that's what I'm doing. I'm using the infrasound from the jet nozzles that penetrate up to 9 inches into your body to agitate the cancer, to stir it up a bit, so the immune system can hunt it down and program itself to see what cancer is. Because your body can actually kill cancer, but the reason why it grows is because it's distracted and it's blind and it can't see the cancer. But when it can see it, it develops like an antigen, which is like a marker to show, okay guys, we have to see this cell here. If it looks like that, you got to kill it. And once it's programmed to see the cancer, it will go everywhere in your body and kill it. And that's what I've been doing. And then I do the cold plunges to reset my nerves. So I'm gonna just, if I can jump in the pool again. Oop, that hurt. Okay. If I find an area of pain, I hone in on it. I zoom in on it. Look at this mark on my nose. It's so funny. It's like, no, just do a cold plunge, I think. I like to challenge my nerve lines, those nerve highways, when I do a cold plunge and then jump back in the hot pool. They get really overloaded to the point where they're bursting at their myelin sheaths. And that overnight stimulates nerve regrowth and strengthening of highways. And it might even put an extra bandwidth in there for me so that I have more strength the next day. So I'm gonna try that now. I'm just gonna have a go. So, oof, that feels really rough. Okay, I'll have a go. I'm gonna try again. The phone is dying. Okay. Yeah, I noticed that. I think this phone that's streaming is about to die. The battery's really low. And then that'll be the end of the stream. I don't want to get out the jacuzzi just yet, so... And my charging cable is right at the other end of the pool, so I can't plug you guys in. I'm not ready to finish my session yet. I usually do this for a couple hours a day. I'm getting stronger. Which is an interesting thing because the stronger you are, the more you fight the cancer, right? So I'm concentrating on building as much strength as I can. Okay, good night, Tony. Thanks for being here. And it's a beautiful day here. Hi, Pistol. How am I doing? I'm not doing so well. Fighting cancer. But it's alright. I'm fighting it. I'm gonna win. What's up with you, Pistol? You're not well at the moment? Oh, you're fighting something yourself. Well, maybe I can share with you what I'm doing. When this stream goes live, like as in is fully recorded, you might want to take a full listen to the whole thing because I actually talk about my methodology for fighting cancer, which is about bringing my immune system online to see the cancer, fight it back. And I hope that I can give people a lot of reassurance. Aw, thank you for subscribing. I'm hoping that I can give people a lot of reassurance if they're fighting something, whatever it is, that you ultimately have control of your immune system. You just have to help it along. And you can enjoy the journey. You can enjoy it like a chess game. It's like I've got 5 organs that I need to fight with, not just my immune system. We all need that in this world now, says Pistol. You know what? I'm really sad that the system, the Western system, is just not helping us. And I grew up with Eastern thinking, which is strategic about how to look after your health. I grew up with that ingrained in me, that we're responsible for our own health and that doctors don't heal you, we heal ourselves, but we have to take responsibility for that. And we have to know what signs are, and we have to support our different systems of the body, the different organs, to make it work. And we can. I really believe we can. So I find it kind of funny that by the time I have the surgical biopsies done in the next couple of weeks and they get the results from that, and potentially there's a PET scan coming, I'm just wondering whether the cancer would have shrunk already. I'd be like, how'd you do that? Well, not with your help, guys. You know, I mean, the medical system. I have an oncologist, and it just blows my mind how they're really tied in this system. They see you suffering and they're like, oh, well, oh, thank you. Oh my God, thank you. I wasn't expecting that. Thank you, guys. So Pistol just subscribed for $4.99. I really appreciate that. Thanks for the coffee. So